All right, NFL live stream of consciousness. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get into it. The Saints are going to keep their offensive coordinator, Carmichael. The question being one, how much input did he have on the offense, being that Sean Payton was the coach and, Sean Payton's calling the plays. And two, I think this brings up an interesting question on is continuity key, or should you bring in a new regime? I think, sometimes some guys come in as the new owner or the new head coach. You want to blow everything up. I want to do things my way. And sometimes that's not the smart thing to do. Other times, you try to keep things going the same way, but you don't have the same guy running it. So I think this is just going to be an interesting test case on was continuity the most important thing, or should they have switched it up a little bit? Aaron Donald says, bring everybody back. So I talked about this yesterday. Yeah, I think this is going to be the last dance type thing, but they're not as good as the Bulls. I don't think they were a top 5 team this year. To be completely honest, I think that pound for pound, I think the Bucks were probably better than them. They just ran into a lot of injuries. I think Kansas City was definitely better than them. I think that the Bills were definitely better than them. I think the Packers, if healthy, were better than them. So, hey, the ball breaks the way the ball breaks, and the cookie crumbles the way the cookie crumbles, whatever, cliche you want to use. They won it. But this whole idea of, let's come back, one more ride, and let's defend it, I don't see it. I don't see them winning again, especially when you have OBJ and Woods coming off of Achilles surgeries, or ACL surgeries, and they're probably both not going to be ready to start the year. I think it's just going to be a tough haul to bring all those guys back. You have a lot of guys who limp to the finish line. Andrew Whitworth seemed like a player who was showing his age finally. He got beat on a couple of those plays. A lot of people were upset with the Rams play calling with the amount of runs that they had, but I think they had to run the ball in that way to protect Matthew Stafford, because I don't think you can just leave Whitworth on an island. That's not going to get better with another year of age. So we'll definitely see about that. There was a conversation if he's the greatest defensive player of all time. I know a lot of people, when this conversation comes up, automatically go to LT, and I can't really argue with that. I didn't really watch LT play. That's right before my time of watching football. I started watching football early to late 90s. So, Lawrence Taylor is more of like a myth to me than an actual tangible thing that I could give commentary on. But Aaron Donald, I'm guessing he's probably the most consistent defensive player of our era. It'd be nice to see somebody credible put together a list of all the great players at every position, at least in the modern era. But he's definitely up there. He's definitely up there. His impact, his consistency. There's been players that have been flashes in the plan. Revis had his seasons, and Khalil Mack had his seasons, and J.J. Watt has his seasons. But he's the only one every year. Keep going. Never had a major injury. Still in his prime. Still disrupting. So a lot of that is just luck. Injuries. What can you do to control that? But shout out to Aaron Donald, him and LeBron embrace at the Lakers game. And he says he wants to run it back. So we'll see. Sam Acho of ESPN fame said that Patrick Mahomes is not a top 5 quarterback. Now, what bothered me more than him saying that was Sam Acho's suit. I'm pulling up his suit now. My brother, what is going on with this? It is not Easter to be wearing this type of pink. This green tie does not go with this. My man, I know they are paying you more than a Macy's salary. This looks like you got this straight off the rack at Macy's. Like, help me out, fam. I don't know which one I'm more disappointed in. This is my Nigerian brother. And my man looks like a Macy's Easter catalog. What's going on with this? Okay, I don't want to hear all that. It's one of the videos. Does anybody watch these videos? I don't know. I don't think I've ever watched a video. And more than on ESPN. And more than that, what I was thinking about the other day is like, man, I used to watch Sports Center all the time. I can't tell you the last time I watched a Sports Center. Like that was like I used to keep Sports Center on in the background, and that used to be what I go to sleep at night to Sports Center. I can't remember the last time I watched. Last thing I want to talk about is they said that if the Flores lawsuit proves that he was paid or offered money to 10 games, that the Dolphins owner, Stephen Ross, is out. And Bill, I think his name is not Bradley Bill, it's something with a B. The minority partner has first rights of refusal to purchase the team. And I just think that's interesting, the way that the NFL has it set up. Just learned today, every team has a succession plan. A lot of these owners are getting up there in age. Stephen Ross is 80s. He's in his 80s. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just falls on the sword and say, yep, I'm out. So it'll be interesting to see who gets these teams. Like, obviously, that team is already spoken for, but the Broncos in particular, who gets that team, that's going to be interesting as well. So, all right, I'll go ahead and end it here. The game is the game. Go.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, The game is a game. Always.